Yo, it's your boy Air Liddy. I ended up beating Stellar Blade, and I am now here to talk about it. Gameplay in the background is me finishing up a side quest or two. It's the open world area of the game, by the way, which you unlock very early on, so no real spoilers, but if you care that much, then go away. Stellar Blade is a beautiful game with amazing visuals, music, and story. Combat. The combat I think can be hit or miss with some people, especially if you're just watching other people play it. It looks very flashy with not a lot of depth, but after getting my hands on it and actually playing it, I can confidently say that I really enjoyed myself with it, and it does have some depth to it. Nothing crazy, but yeah, the combat is very Nier-like, but with a little bit of Sekiro. Enemies in this game have a posture system which can be reduced by getting perfect parries. At first I was kind of mad about the combat, but as I unlocked more abilities and got the hang of perfect dodging, perfect parrying, the game starts to feel and flow more organically. At times it does feel a little stiff, which I believe is because of the fact that you are stuck in a pretty large recovery window after completing a combo. So finishing the combo and completely whiffing the last hit or two can really fuck you up. Thankfully though, the game lets you cancel basically every one of your attack animations with a parry or a dodge. Obviously there's some exceptions, but for the most part, every attack can be made safe. One thing I will say is that enemies in this game, including bosses, can get stun locked pretty easily, and in the early game, it made the game feel too easy, but other than that, yeah, I think the combat in Stellar Blade is pretty good and fun. Overall gameplay experience. You know it's funny. Yoko Taro, the creator of Nier, said that Stellar Blade is a much better game than Nier. And while I think Stellar Blade is a fantastic game, I think bro is just glazing up this game. The story is fantastic in Stellar Blade, obviously takes a lot from the Nier games, but I think what Nier does better than Stellar Blade is the different types of gameplay that the game introduces throughout the entirety of the game. It's got top-down shoot-'em-up type of gameplay, it's got side-scrolling platform type of gameplay. Nier just has it all, and it transitions into these different types of styles so effortlessly. Stellar Blade, on the other hand, doesn't have any of this. Sure, it has sections where you're forced to only use your gun, which then turns the game into a third-person shooter, but to be honest, that's kinda it. I really wished it took those different gameplay styles and implemented them into this game, but it is what it is. Overall gameplay is pretty fun, but not in the levels of Nier. Voice acting. Now I played this in English. I tried playing it in Korean, but I'd be a slow reader sometimes, so I ended up switching it back. The voice acting in English was kind of all over the place, to be honest. It would go on for a while being really good, but then it would just feel off. Now, I don't know if it's because of the specific dialogue choice in that particular scene, or maybe because of a weird translation error and they had to change it or improv it, but I don't know. But there were many instances where the voice acting would take me away from my immersion and completely throw me off. It's still good, but I feel like if it had a little more time, then the VAs could have done a way better job. From my understanding, Eve's voice actor, Rebecca Hanson, was brought onto the project a year ago. Granted, she did an amazing job regardless, but I think with a little bit more time, it would have helped improve the quality of the entire game. I'm just speaking in general terms, by the way. I've only seen interviews of Eve's voice actor, Soya. Music. The music in this game is just fantastic. It starts off sounding very much like Nier Automata, but like many others have said, it actually does turn into its own thing, and I'm glad that is the case. I will say, at times, it does get a little repetitive, because some of these areas, especially in the open world parts of the game, can be pretty large, and you kind of end up hearing the same song on repeat for a good minute if you're just mindlessly exploring. It's not that bad though, because most songs don't have lyrics, so you can easily tune them out, but the songs that do have lyrics have about 4 to 5 lines in them, which is why I feel like it can get a little repetitive, but overall I think the music is a 8 out of 10. And while still on the topic of music, the song you've been hearing in the background is my favorite song in the entire game. It's from the bar called The Last Gulp that's located in the main hub of the game, which you unlock after the first area of the game. Also, I have a question, but is it just me, or does this song remind you of that one song from Devil May Cry 5? because while I was playing through this area, I just couldn't stop thinking about DMC5. I don't know, I think it's just me, but if you feel the same, let me know. Graphics and visuals. Now, I'm fully aware of the controversy that surrounded this game just before it came out or after it came out, I don't know. To be honest, I don't give a shit about it. For me, the censorship wasn't a big deal. I will say though, some of the shit though is ungodly unnecessary. Like the slightest touch to your thumbstick and its ass and titties bouncing all over your screen, and it do be a little distracting, I can't lie. But if you didn't know, Shift Up a KA, the developers for Stellar Blade, made a previous game called Nikke. Nikke is a mobile game where every female character had the biggest boobas and BBLs imaginable. And yeah, the jiggle physics were in that game as well. Like, it's honestly laughable how egregious them shits be bouncing. But enough with the boobas, this game has some beautiful set pieces that really had me in awe, and it could be the best looking game of 2024, not gonna lie. And yes, the BBL and boobas definitely had me in awe as well. What can I say? It just be how it be. The character design in this game is so cool. Oracle, Man, Roxanne, my favorite NPC Enya, even Adam, though he's just a normal dude but his drip. It's unmatched, to be honest. My two outfits I rocked for Eve throughout my entire playthrough were the cybernetic dress, which I dubbed it the Ada Wong dress, and the daily knitted dress. I saw there was an outfit that looked like it was inspired by Attack on Titan, but I'm not entirely sure where to get it. Might be a side quest or something, I don't know. Environments are pretty cool. Most of them are just ruins and sandy deserts. It's funny cause towards the end of the game, one of the characters kind of acknowledges that everywhere you look, it's kind of gray and depressing. I can't really say much about the environments, to be honest, except that they look pretty good. Conclusion. I think that's all I gotta say about Stellar Blade. The game is mad fun. Combat for some I feel can be a hit or miss. I really enjoyed it though. Story is great. Graphics are great. The boobas and BBL physics have never looked better. Yeah, I think I'll give this game a solid 8 out of 10 rating. And yeah, I can say I'm a fan of what Shift Up cooked up with Stellar Blade, and I hope we get more out of them. Side notes. Please leave a like and comment down below letting me know what you think. Also go check out my other videos if you haven't already. I think for my next video it's going to be a rapid fire review type of video where I talk about all the games I played in the first half of 2024. So stay tuned for that maybe, no promises though. Catch y'all later.